right. It's January 22nd, 2016. I've got a wax mold designed in Fusion 360, milled on a shape OCO 3, and this is close to having the correct cam recipe. Several features didn't get done right. There is supposed to be a chamfer on the top of this cylinder here. That didn't come out. There was supposed to be a chamfer on this little hole. I put one in by hand. I just left it off of here. These were supposed to have a chamfer on them, and the edges on here have a little indentation around the bottom because of the ball end mill I didn't compensate for correctly, but with a little bit of scraping that goes together good enough to try some more stuff. I've got a syringe. I'm going to mix up some sort of clear 40 and give this a whirl. So I'm going to go with I'm going to try 10 grams of part A and 1 gram of part B. So let's give this a whirl. I'm going to use a syringe to shoot it in. I'm not going to try to degas it. You may get a little bit of degassing effect if I try to suck it up into the syringe rather than pour it. So let's see if I can get 10 grams into here. Grams is not much. There's 8 grams. There's 10. Okay. 10.8. So I guess that means I should put 1.1 grams of part B. So let's try that. Looks like this thread isn't very good on this container. Okay, I'm going to tear this, so I'm going to go 1.1 grams of this stuff and commence the mixing. 1.1 grams isn't much either. That's 1.5. So that's off by a little bit. So let's see. 16 grams. It was 1.1. So I need to add a couple more grams. So this is a little tough. I should probably have a better dispensing method, but I'm just gonna, since this is not a finished thing anyway, I'm just gonna wing it. Put an extra glop in there and go for it. And clearly I need to be, with these really small batches, I need to be dispensing this probably out of a syringe so that I can get these small quantities. So let us, the mixing begin. Oops, looks like I got a little spillage. That's going to make a mess. Okay. And mixing this small quantity doesn't seem to be that easy either, because we've got so much of it is sticking to the side of the container. But we'll see how it comes out. That's the reason to go ahead and make a casting with an imperfect mold, because each each complete cycle from design of the mold to trying to make the mold to trying to put material into the mold, something else is learned, and it might as well be being all learned at the same time. Okay, so that's good, well mixed. So I'm going to put this into a second container so anything that was stuck to the side won't be there. This material is kind of funny, is that it seems to warm up a little bit. It becomes a little bit less viscous after mixing the parts together. Okay, second mix. Okay, so let's see if I can suck this up into that syringe. And if we only end up with half of it in there, that's probably still going to be enough to fill that mold. So let's give it a whirl. So I put in about 15 grams. Let's see how much we end up with in the syringe, if any, if it flows in at all. So this should help mix it, and maybe it'll even suck a few bubbles out. It's pretty stiff because I'm pulling a vacuum on this. Okay, so it looks like we got essentially nothing in the syringe. So I think I'm going to have to resort to pouring it in the old-fashioned way. So here we go. See if I can get as much of it as I can in there. Looks like we got maybe 4 cc's, and I don't know the density. I would expect that the stuff is less dense than 1 gram per cubic centimeter, so I've lost, looks like, more than half in this process. So I'm just going to go for it here. Hopefully this hole's big enough for the syringe. I put a little vent hole in the bottom of I'm pushing air right now. I have a thin cross section on the top of this mold, so hopefully this won't break. Okay. Expect to see some come out the bottom here when it's full. And that is the bottom. That's all my juice. I don't think I'm going to get any more, so I guess that's as good as this gets. We'll just let this sit and see what we end up with. Oh, I see a little bit of squeeze out on the side, so maybe it filled it, maybe it didn't. This is very imprecise. Put some clamps on there. Hopefully help it. And tomorrow we will, I see some coming out the hole. No, oops, that was upside down. All right, we'll see what this is like tomorrow. January 21st, January 22nd, 2017.